Guys, it's LPL, man. LPL Grand Finals this is the last one. I'm not watching the other regions, just the major ones. LPL, BLG, TES. Like, we got some prime time players here, so this is gonna be a good one. Game one. I'll be honest, this VOD is already like mostly done with the draft. It's not my fault, just how it was done. So let's kind of go over what is being shown. We got a Nautilus, Rumble, Poppy. We got an Ari, Ashe, Kalista. So Varus is up, right? Varus is up. This is gone. Ashe is up, but this also, or sorry, Ashe is gone, which also, is a combination of Varus. So be it, they ban Ari, like Knight's Ari, okay. Rumble, very good pick. Also, it's played support often in LPL. So it's an actual flex pick, so I get it. They banned Poppy just for the sake of trying to open this pickup. So this is a reactionary ban to Poppy, Nautilus ban. This is something we saw in like the LCS finals where like this champion was really damn good. And yeah, I guess it's the same here. So Lucian first pick. LCK was basically trading Lucian I think it was games 3 and 4 that was the case. So it seems like they're gonna go this route. Lucian first pick. Azir, Senna. Now, I'll be honest, right now, like, these two champions don't actually play well into Lucian Nami. So, I'm not 100% sure why they chose these. Like, I probably would preferred... I mean, they can go a Varus lane, but Varus what? Because usually you'd like doing Varus Nautilus, straight up. We can do Varus Thresh or something. I don't know. But I'm not like a big fan of these two picks. Azir, okay, so be it. Granted, I don't know if this guy plays ASOL. If he does, then I'm sweating even harder. Like, because these three champions versus ASOL, I'm like, all right, we can just pack it up in FF. But I guess he doesn't. He plays Talia, so okay. I don't think Talia is naturally as good into these champions, but sure. So you get these two. They drop jungle. Then they ban Jax Vi. So these are almost like bans you would do against Umpty. And the Jax, of course, is for Bin. It's not a jungle pick. It's for Bin. And then they ban Vi, which, honestly, I mean, I guess is okay. I don't really give a shit about Vi, I'll be honest. They take Renekton. And there's quite a few picks you can do Renekton. I mean, they don't like necessarily playing Cassante into Renekton. Because technically Renekton wins, but you could do it. So Cassante, Aatrox, TF if he has it. There's like quite a few options, and so they settle with like the most boring and generic one, Aatrox, which I mean is fine. And then they take a Maokai. So they have good mid pressure, like especially in mid late, because like Lucian can just dash in with Maokai R, that just like comes at you, and these guys like probably have to TK eat every time. Like you're gonna take a whole bunch of chip damage. You can't really return fire or anything. So these guys aren't too useful in the mid-late situations. He can get pushed versus her inside. It just depends on how the top matchup goes. Because Renekton can win, and if he does, then this guy just kind of gets blown apart. So what do they finish this with?
Into draft. We're not wasting any time, and big things to note. Red side was a big problem the last time that these two teams faced off. It was 5 blue side wins in a row. A lot of that was because the first pick
Diego? Holy shit. This is just a terrible team comp. Wow. Just pack it up. Because keep in mind, these guys banned, so they banned the Vi, and then they banned 2 of these. So it's like, what is your actual options? And it's like Sejuani, and I probably would just pick Sejuani here. Like, why not? Like, you don't have a ton of click CC, so it's not like Mercs is like that horrible or that like insane on the blue side. And if you have Sejuani, you can actually fight these two. This guy might even have to go cleanse depending, and if he doesn't, then Sejuani actually has plays on mid, so then you can actually fight with these 3 if you have a Seju here. But with him, you can't fight shit. This Viego pick is terrible. Horrible. I'm just expecting BLG wins game 1. Like, just from a draft standpoint, I'm like, I mean, I hope TES can just magically destroy their opponents and like skill-wise. Like, that's about it.
Glad we've already seen enough adaptation from the last series. They have to have learned. They have 5 games against each other here now in the grand finals. That's still the so important season. Come out of that series, and start to learn.
We were really looking at how will they adapt? How will they change? The blue side was completely dominant the last two times. The last time these teams faced off. But we're getting to game number 1 now, and it is all.
It's kind of interesting. They actually play the comms going into the game. I don't know what they said, but it's interesting.
We're getting to game number 1 now, so let's get loud. There we go. Stadium in Chengdu has come alive, as it does. BLG versus Top Esports kicks off. The most important thing is to see how this early game goes, especially because we've seen dominant early game lead to wins in the series before.
Now we have been, of course, kind of warning people through that quite quick weather check that sometimes we do get ourselves in lane swaps, but the way the bot lane's position right now doesn't look likely. But with these wards into early river and
Yeah, he can't really just like 369 can't just like walk into bin. I'm glad they got a scouting board, and it looks like TES gets no scouting board. This guy successfully defends, so Renekton can't check to see if it's his top start. Ideally, Maokai comes through bot and just repeats this cycle over and over again, and they collect dragons with the Lucian Nami. The Viego's going top because he knows, like, we kind of need to get this guy going. If we don't, like, we really don't have a lot. Like, my bot lane's not gonna have priorities. If I come down here, like, not gonna go hot. If I don't do my bot camp soon enough, then they also could just invade with the Lucian Nami, which is also a problem. Wow, Cream is getting shit on. Interesting. Why does he have Grasp? Oh my god, what a useless ruin. 1 for 1. But he loses full sums. Viego got top wards, but there was no play on top side. Can 369 not make anything happen? I mean, the wave is pulling out, and it looks like 369 E'd in and Q'd. But he got the crash. I want to say he got the crash. Oh, the wave is stalling out. I think he pushed too quickly. Because he was... Yeah. Yeah, he did. Well, because this is wave 2. So it looks like wave 2 fell in, which is good. I believe it fell in. Yeah, it fell in. So now he's just gonna last hit and pull the wave, and then this is gonna bounce out. And he just needs to not, like, actively... Like, he will take some damage from this. And then... I feel like he must have... I feel like he must have traded into Aatrox. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did, because the wave would normally bounce out, and then he would have a chance to play on Aatrox with the bounce, which actually exposes him. But instead, he kept pressuring, and the Aatrox is, like, super happy, because if the wave is just stuck here for Aatrox, what the hell does Renekton do? Like, he has to go in and then deep trade, and then Aatrox will have an easy return, and if he doesn't trade, then Aatrox will just poke you and then just, like, go back to normal, because you're also trying to get a return emotional trade. So I think he's... I mean, I don't know. I feel like he's not playing this correctly. That's how I'm feeling. Like, Bin is just, like, knows he's in a super good spot, especially because he was on weak side, and now he has jungler on his side, so naturally it's like, okay, well, I can go for certain trades and still, like, be fine. I guess the outcome is that this guy's up 9 CS for the wave collapsing in, which I'm curious now how he's actually down 9 CS. I'm actually curious how he's down 9 CS, unless, like, I don't think he should be, right? I mean, he was a little late to the wave too. So Renekton was kind of already, like, in the front and can kind of zone him just a little bit. I don't know. Because at this point, he has what? Yeah, okay, I see. So even though 369, like, all these things happen, he at least is trying to zone Bin on certain CS by pressuring with his W, and Bin doesn't want to take it because Bin is on weak side. So whatever happens is basically from Bin just being on weak side.
I mean, when you got the bottom, you want to see him going towards that dragon. I'm thinking about split potential with the grubs after as well, because you have someone like Yazir on the side of reminded us the tank Yazir to have that grasp. We won't go towards the Nash's too, which means that if towards the other grubs around the point off, it wouldn't necessarily be the same victory for having themselves the Nash's first, picking that with it, make the use of getting those house.
So Maokai is going onto the grubs, and they're not even gonna try to contest this. Do I like that? Also, that pink ward is kind of nutty. I mean, these guys literally fully warded up the bot side. Like, this guy didn't even do any of his bot camps yet. Correct? He didn't do any of his bot camps yet until the wolves, so he moved with Senna on the timer, which is typically what you would prefer to do. Like, if your support has a timer, you move with him then, and then figure out the rest, unless you're not needed. So BLG just gives over the dragon. They take the 3 grubs, they give over the dragon. Now the map's a little bit split. And then the bot lane can't actually punish as much, especially on the Senna who has no flash. They actually have to just stall and wait for Jun to come down here. And it's not like they're hitting the turret. So the grubbies are like not the most useful. And then he's basing. And I assume this base comes off the fact that they're just assuming there's wards in the river. So instead of him like going through bot, like he wants to get back to his respawn camp's top, and then that's how they're displaying it.
Also with the move from Knight, maybe a little difficult to add on to that a little bit. Now, we are just getting to a point where you had a little bit of advantage on side, but BLG, I want to talk a little bit more about that continuing that loop, because you're going against the Senna. You're going against Jackie 11 to beat the Senna, and you've got to have a solution in that mid game to make sure you don't get to 30 plus minutes.
That's a good point, because I think if you're going like straight front to back, because that has really big value when you've got some sort of right can heal and shield them. We'll say you don't have a traditional tank the way you would do with something like a Warn or even something like a Sensei.
Looks like Lucian got Lucian got space cancelled. What is Tien doing? Because Tien takes this. He still hasn't based. It's a little awkward, I'll be honest. This clearing is a little awkward, but it works. Yeah, the heal just to get the MS. It's good for Tien because, so, again, keep in mind, he still has no flash, so he's still a danger. Elk trades because he's trying to, like, entice them. And if they wanted to, like, right here, he could flash, but there's a reason why he's not, like, just going for it right away. Even though, like, maybe they can kill him, is, like, Viego could be here. I think it's still worth it, though, no? This guy has 2 biscuits. 2 biscuits and a health pot. Do they know where Viego is? Not entirely, no. They don't. They know Viego's not behind them, though. Oh, they should go on it. What am I saying? They actually literally see him right here. So they see him right here. He should commit. Just commit your flash. You have 6 too. This guy's dead. Straight up, this guy's dead. I don't know if they know the timer exactly. They should. But, yeah, he should definitely go on him because he is dead. So they don't do it. So Jun misses a chance to actually punish this guy, which kind of sucks.
This is very reminiscent to Game of 5 in their last series, where it literally was just quiet until it exploded. And it feels like OT team taking a lot of renovation, but also respect into their opponent in the grand finals. And there's a lot of trash talk, but we actually see now a bit of lane swap going down.
Got ourselves rotation towards the top side. Now, of course, this is really a fight about those grubs. Grubs are saying some people overlook, but if you give over 6, that is a big problem. BLG not going to be first to the play, but will be out of 4.
So he's like, oh, that's not where I walk into. Okay, BLG moving in, 3 seconds, slicing his way out. Misses top, highway coming through. How can he have a way getting out of that way? He's healing so much. He's out of the power. Could be invaded by Tien to get the kill. They're in the pit. The grubbies aren't even the focus anymore. He gets one back, and now Tien is
So What the fuck was that? What was that?
What I'm curious about this is very reminiscent of the game of 5 in their last series, where it literally was just quiet until it exploded. And it feels like both these teams taking a lot of reservation, but also respecting their opponent in the grand finals. And there's a lot of trash talk, but we actually see now they're the lane swap right now.
So just rewatch this. So they're swapping here, right? They're swapping here. You know, again, you don't really necessarily want to go like straight onto him per se, or maybe you do. Because Talia's coming from base, and they have matching bases. And at this point, if they really want to do this guy just left. If Talia goes this way, and she skips this wave, and they run this way, it's really winning. Like, if Knight just does not go to his mid wave, these guys would have to back up. He would sack one time, which sucks. But then the wave will reset on top side, and then you'll overtake because you have tempo on these guys. So I think Knight screwed this up. And then, is it actually worth the commit? Because they know these guys are late on this play. And Jun should just be moving this way. Like, Azir's coming first this way, so go this way. And, I mean, like, this is the way you need to go anyways to help your bot lane. Or you could be here, I guess, and then try to intercept the Azir. And so you're not even going here in the first place. But this will get you closer to the Senna TK, which is like the opposite of what you want to do.
Going to be first to the play, but they will be there in force.
369's like, oh, that's not the corner I want to walk into. Okay, BLG moving in. 369 going to slice and dice his way out. Dominus his pop. Tidal wave coming through. I don't think he has a way of getting out of that. 369 going to slice and dice his way out.
Why did he R that way?
Not the corner I want to walk into. Okay, BLG moving in. 369 going to slice and dice his way out.
He literally R's this way, but like he could have just R'd this way knowing that they're gonna have incoming. And if you're gonna flash on this guy,
369's like, oh, that's not the corner I want to walk into. Okay.
I mean, I definitely am not flashing on this guy. I'll be honest.
BLG moving in.
Only if my Talia's with me.
His pop, tidal wave coming through. I don't think he has a way of getting out of that one. He's healing so much.
The TK eat.
I don't think he has a way of getting in. 369 going to slice.
And what does Talia do?
His pop, tidal wave coming through. I don't think he has a way of getting out of that one. He's healing.
Talia just misses literally every single ability. Why would Talia not R, by the way? Like, why would he not just use his R this way at this point and like hop off here? This way it makes it even more awkward for them, and then just further commit to this play. Because if you're gonna do this, like you have to use Talia R. Like you need to just full commit and like send it. And then if I'm Aatrox, I'm probably running at this guy.
Coming through. I don't think he has a way of getting out of that one. He's healing so much. He gets out with the Devour. There's the invade by TN too. And he's healing so much. He gets out with the Devour.
So basically, yeah, I probably am running at this guy. Because when I look at this now, he actually had space because this guy just missed all of his abilities, plus he didn't cut anyone off. He got to just move in. Like, Knight, or Cream, like, actually screws him over now because of this. Like, 'cause now he flashes, and now like, this guy has to flash over. And... oh, he actually killed him, funny enough. He had the flash. I mean, that just sucks, man. And so if I'm Maokai, like, you have death tempo. What I'm actually, like, so after all this happens, how come Maokai doesn't just go this way? Lucian goes here, Nami takes her reset, and you just get first on the wave. Talia will shove base TP and just call it. Like, they send Lucian back top.
They're not going to have that same gold, which we said they can run away with so easily. I don't think this part of the fight is bad. You get the flash out of the next, very important thing. This is where things go a little too far. I think that should just overstay as welcome. We can really see the values Mako has had as well. Mako has been such an addition to this roster. Massive first player game for him in this all-important grand finals.
Jackie Love and Mako, tried and true duo. You never thought it would happen, but it has been incredible. And honestly, the way they played on the back of that fight was insane. BLG had a little bit of trouble keeping it together here, and they are that early game competition more so.
Well, I guess TES gets another dragon for fun.
Yeah, and so just capping off these early game objectives, the things that we were talking about, like, hey, if you give it over 6 reps to BLG, big moment for them, split the
But can they get a lot on the top side? That's the question.
Scared to move forward. Okay, there's the double as Oh, Jackie Love. Okay, I was gonna say you had flash. Make sure you use it. The heal not gonna go down just yet. But BLG looking to make plays on top side.
They try to go for the cross map. It's not the cleanest. They force a flash out of the center, though, and that's a
Well, because TES ended up sending a bunch of people to help them top and kind of like defend these plays, I guess the outcome is no plate spot for TES.
Oh, the flash from On. Oh my goodness, TN just mind gaining.
And TN, like, I like what TN's doing because, like, the most natural thing to do is when you commit numbers to try to fight, you do need to come back to your lane. So he's basically here to guard and, like, ambush, which is correct. This is, like, a very solo cube, like, based play, right? It's like he goes on this guy, and so it's like, okay, now you're shoved out. Cool. And he takes this, like, a little bit further, which... I mean... It's fine. I don't know if he had to go that far to do it, but yeah. At least BLG kind of knew, because they had numbers around there. Like, they still kept more people to walk with him, because, like, he might do this again.
Yeah, no, they banded away the Callisto, big thing as well. They can develop themselves apparently into a bot lane matchup, which is working out for them, at least around these skirmishes. They get themselves a plate from this top side. Again, if you've got the Lucian army, particularly Elkin on this Lucian army, you don't expect the enemy bot lane to walk around getting played. They got themselves something like that, though. Now, it really goes to show how good these players are on the side of top esports as well. BLG, realistically,
some mid plates? Hey, not bad.
Yeah, we'll absolutely get to see you every time. This is, again, would be their first finals win. They do take this best of 5, but going back to the Mako point, you know, you're tuning in now for the first time.
Not bad.
The latter half of our playoffs. Maybe Mako looks a little bit different. Maybe he's not in a black and white jersey this time around. It's his first split off of EDG, and he has absolutely shown that he was the crux of that team, and he has been a beautiful influence on TES.
Yeah, I love that you mentioned that. Now, Mako, 1,100 games thereabouts for EDG over his career. Moves to top esports, and in this first game of finals, you understand exactly what he brings to the team. So that BLG, they try to go towards that Herald top esports and move people up in numbers, and kind of force them away from that. BLG not having an easy time this early game. They're going to have to find themselves a way back in.
And we do have those first items fights really coming up, and it feels like top esports want to utilize that. As been, we'll see a roaming TN going towards bot side, but it has really been about...
So this is good what TES is doing. I do think it's fine for them to give up the Herald. It's not like their comp is like that overly strong as a team fight comp. And TN finding opportunity to get more farm, like steal farm, and get side pressure is good. Like, he just took these bot camps, and now he gets to go up and get top camps. And if you notice, like, Jean's like, oh, okay, I guess that shit is gone. And now he's up 30 CS, which is amazing. He's able to pressure the Aatrox a bit, so like the Aatrox can't do so much, so Renekton has more pressure. Like, pretty good. This is going pretty well for TES in a way. Again, I still don't like their comp, but like, this is going a good direction. Like, they're stacking dragons too. The dragon's coming up in 20 seconds. No one on BLG is like even remotely in position to fight this, so they've already decided that we're not going to take it. And all Elk is doing is just like blasting mid over and over again, and that's it. I'm curious what BLG's plan is, because they gave up this fully, and like, is that worth it? Like, now they're just one dragon away. They must fight it. You're gonna wait for like 1.5 item Aatrox, maybe a 2 item Talia. And like, look here, so they get Herald, and this crashes up top, right? And so naturally you have a timer to move here. He is sacking this full push, so he can come here as well, because they want to try to take the mid turret. Now, is it necessary to take the mid turret? Not 100%, but I will say, like, having Lucian Nami and having it more open is, and plus Maokai, is always a huge deal. It seems the bot wave is actually pretty even. Also, his Lucian, doesn't his Lucian want a base? So his Lucian had 140 CS. He gained 25 CS, and it's been like 2 minutes, which is not bad. So he could push into his next item maybe. And just take a reset, and then they reset from top side. Like, yes, they can go into bot, but he also just wait here. They can roll down. Talia doesn't even fully roll down. She could literally like half roam down. They take a base. She could even cover mid, or they could do another mid wave, because it looks like, I mean, at this point, when they finish this wave, which is here, like, he just hits B. And so they'll hit B, and then nothing will probably happen. Like, Aatrox will just wait for this wave. They come late. He'll move down, unless Maokai has a buy, but like he probably can't buy anything remotely useful. And then Talia can kind of just wait up ahead. Like, does he have a pink? If they pink correctly, if they want to pink correctly, or use these pinks this way, also they have 4 sweepers. Which I don't really agree with, but sure. She could catch the next wave high. Viego should come top. So just has to be a little careful of that. You know, if you have a sapling, if you could catch it even here, you could get 2 good caught waves. They come back, nothing is lost, and the state of the game's a little bit better. I feel like doing this play, where, you know, they all kind of converge to fight this, is not the best. I don't know if they believe that, like, Azir needs to take his base next, but in theory, if I see this mid as Azir, I probably go and push the next wave top. And even and knowing this, because you also have TP, you probably are going to be able to successfully defend this without Azir TP. And then Tien can kind of go this way, and then they have to play defense while the bot lane has the base. So these guys need a base, and then he has to go back bot. And if they defend this, then he's gonna go back bot. Then he has to go back bot. Then they have coverage on this, and then mid still doesn't fall because these guys are on a reset timer. It's like, it's gonna get a little awkward. But like, they Azir TP right away, and I'm just like, dude, your comp sucks at engaging. Like, what the hell what's he gonna do? He's gonna like R flash W, who flash, like, what is the point of this? Like, he can just walk up and he can press E, and that's enough. Like, these guys are gonna back off because it's like, well, I don't want to just randomly die. So that was a waste of Azir TP, and now it's actually a slight gain for BLG. Funny enough, in some ways, I feel like it's actually a slight gain for BLG. Because if Azir was already on top side shoving this, and they have to play full recovery mode, it's pretty rough. And so by the time they try to do this play, so look, Tien has, like, again, the right idea that he's, like, looking to zone. But again, also for me, you know, why would you not, like, I would send the Azir top still. Like, I want to play with the Azir. Like, I don't want to do Viego Renekton. But if you were going to do Viego Renekton, at least can Viego stay topside and be there first? Can he not just sit here first and just, like, eye what's going to happen? Because if he goes to Raptors and then they overtake this ward, and now Lucian is finally doing his base, by the way. Also, Viego just shows himself entirely. Like, he also did not have to do this.
They're actually going to try to move on this top side. Knight's going to burn his flash soon, trying to tank it up, though. There's a lot of damage from the...
I'm trying to think here. If Renekton wanted to, because Talia used her flash here, I think he could flash W this, because he has W. Don't do it on Jun, because he has Knight's Vow. And then he tries his best to wrap around this way, like, pretty quick. And R Knight, I think they do kill him. I'm almost pretty sure they do kill him. Also, keep in mind, which is really funny, which I didn't even address, is the fact that they're fighting, because again, this is why you should have preferred having Azir on top side. He has TP. He doesn't. He has TP. This guy actually can join a fight up here if it prolongs long enough. And yeah, like, they go on the one guy who has a ton of armor, couldn't kill him, and now Aatrox is here, and I'll be honest, Bin just missed everything, which is extremely funny. Like, Bin literally hit nothing here, and if he went on Tien, yeah, I think they would be fine.
soon, and he just goes down tonight.
But I mean, it's kind of an upside because, you know, obviously if TN dies, like, awesome. And now the outcome is that Cream somehow gets a bot turret because Bin played that Aatrox situation poorly.
Interesting matchup nonetheless, but we gotta take a look at
just before this, we saw that Cream uses teleport on top side. He can't teleport towards that top side. It's a
What a weird game.
And then the flash after this, great response from Shun, stops the second part of the Renekton coming through. That's why it looks a little bit awkward. If Gracie managed to connect with that slice, would have got an extra bit of mobility. But Shun managed to whack.
really close-knit fights in that top side of the map to get BLG back in a little bit of the driver's seat. The thing is now, though, they're already down 3 dragons. The decision-making is not in their hands.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. So BLG, they need to find themselves some ways to potentially break this mid lane out of turret and the bot lane out of turret as well. Once they're fallen, and you can get these saplings into the enemy jungle, a couple of wards as well. I think that's why top esports can maybe pull apart. I think top esports very, very good in straight front back fight. But Elk on this Lucian, look at this item spice, so disgusting here in the mid lane.
God, it's been so nice to see L feel a lot more confident over these last couple years. Now it's an engage from Cream trying to get the angle there for the first divide.
Very, very good in straight front to back fight.
Dude, he really does get a ton of damage down all the time. Hylia pushed one wave, and honestly, she actually could push this slower if she wanted to. She could slow this down just a little bit while Maokai rolls up. And then if she doesn't auto push this wave, which I'm trying to see if it like, was it gonna hit the turret? No, she can actually pull this wave and freeze it briefly, then push the next one, and it'll be like here. Maokai can go here, and let's see. I see the about their balling. Honestly, I know that Elk wants the pressure here, but it'd be really nice if they push this and they rolled down just briefly so she could do another wave and then he comes this way. That way, overall, like, it's the map stabilizes more because it's really annoying for Talia to have to go mid after just this one little wave to let them like kind of pressure and like do their thing. But you still need to go bot. I mean, we'll just see how this goes. Like when I actually see this in like different light, because he does all this, and she's mid, and the solos for TES. This guy is already top, and he has TP. Azir should just go straight bot. Like I know they need to figure out a way to help out mid, but I feel like Renekton and Azir both going here is just not necessary. Or like Renekton needs to go bot at least because he has TP, right? And then Azir can go through here and help out. And again, I only say this because if Renekton is heading straight down bot and he goes here and he gets another shove, you're getting like basically TES gets another plus timer, right, to like fight on the map and like have control. These guys, again, if they do so happen to do enough, they created like they just eliminate this entirely. So I mean, for now, the way Elk is playing is literally gifting BLG like a lot of time. That's for sure what is happening.
Elk on this Lucian, look at this item spice, so disgusting here in the mid lane.
God, it's been so nice to see Elk feel a lot more confident over these last couple years.
Yeah, too.
Cream trying to get the angle there for the Emperor's
That's funny.
Do it. Now top esports left wanting a little bit. Couple ultis used by BLG. They want to follow him up. Devour from Mako saves Cream's life.
All of this starts.
So it's just a lot of mid fighting. Like I know like it's like Lucian's best like aspect, and again, to be honest, should I say that what I said in draft was Senna, TK, Viego have no presence on mid waves at all. And Viego has to go through side to assist, and honestly, you kind of have to semi-sack on mid-wave at times so you can get the right timers, because if you don't get them, then you don't do anything. Like, notice now, BLG have bot control, because they just so happen to just blow up the enemy duo lane with Lucian Nami, and I mean, is there just like any other way for them to avoid just eating a shit ton of damage? Like, is it just simply just like let them have the turret? Because yeah, dude, I really think it is. I literally think either you're just gonna sack your HP and at least your Renekton is ball lane and start pushing this shit out, and your Viego's just like good fucking luck. Like, I'm gonna go into bot side as well, because if Viego's on this side and this guy's pushing this, and let's say like, you know, you eat this damage but you keep the turret, you might find opportunity to fight them and create a situation, and then they might go again. They might put more members down, and like they do a 2-1 lane control where they have this and this, right? 2-1, and you have to sack this turret. But in the upside is you're gonna get a good timer on bot side, and this can transfer over to recovering top side, and hopefully that's enough. Literally, that's just it. Hopefully that is enough, and you're just doing this until like no one dies, no one lose sums, and you fight dragon. That's basically it. 2 minutes till you try to fight dragon. Because again, I think this champ is so bad at creating situations, and so are these. Like, he is the only one who can, Azir. I think it's just generally it's always going to be like this. Like, however mid waves are gone or going, unless you get Baron to kind of, you know, interrupt the ability for them to push, or Senate somehow just becomes strong enough to fight the Lucian. This is just how it is. Like, there's nothing around it. You can't do anything about it.
God, it's been so nice to see LPL a lot more confident over these last couple years. Now it's an engage from Cream trying to get the angle there for the first divided. Can't do it. Now top esports left wanting a little bit. Couple ultis used by BLG. They were following up. Devour from Mako. Save screen left.
So you lose Devour, and now you have no ability to really deal with this. Knight has some terrible ulti that doesn't matter. And now they're on bot side, and Aatrox just has to sit around mid if he wants to. Literally, Aatrox should be sitting around mid, by the way. Like, I don't think he should do wolves. I think he should be mid, and then when they do this play, it looks infinitely better, because now suddenly they can push mid, and they should push mid. Yeah, they're gonna get another mid push. So BLG just like kind of like been just inted. Like, they actually could have pressured for tier 2s even. And whatever you lose on top side is fine. Like, they want 1 set of farm. Okay, fine, have 1 set of farm. I'm gonna have 2 sets. Yeah, I don't know. Like, what do they do? Like, they can't do anything. Like, this guy would basically have to commit a flash shuffle, but then if he flashes, you're dead. Now, luckily enough, he has Zonias, and this is really smart of Cream, because I think he realizes he has to make these plays, so it's really good that he has that. But then how is, like, the rest of the lane spam? Because, like, Renekton pushes this, and then he's starting to shift mid, but again, your team sucks at fighting mid. Go push another wave. Have this guy go through. They're going to push this, and then they can contest this, right? Okay, so be it. You're going to set up some flanks, and you're going to contest second, because your team just sucks. Like, it almost feels like to me that TES are unwilling to accept what their draft is and what the situations are. And like, yeah, this happens. Like, because now we have these guys like contesting poke, but once you get the wave, dip, just run. Why are you like trying to poke? Now this forces Jackie Love, who's like almost like in a weird spot, getting like trolled.
He is going to get the Dawning Shadow back and a ton of damage in his backside too. That is going to be the Dragon started up by Top Esports. Okay, Top Esports get themselves into
I mean, that's just so fortunate, because if Elk doesn't do this, like, they already won. Like, this guy's already 1 HP, and I mean, I'll say, you know, at least for TES's sake, like, they were on midwave faster. Like, look what Maokai's doing. Like, Maokai's doing the Krugs? Like, what? What is he doing? Like, why is he on Krugs? Aatrox has no TP. Once he takes this wave, he just needs to start running. Like, having control is a huge deal, especially for their team. So he needs to just start booking it. But then he does another wave and then slow walks, and they get the wave. And now at this point, they can stand here with soldiers. Lucian can't do as much because they have to do some scouting. And do they still have all sweepers? They have 1 blue. So they have 4 sweepers still, right? 4 sweepers. That's kind of shit for contesting some of these zones, and they're, I mean, luckily enough, this guy's really good at face checking with the E. But I think it's just TES trolling. It's TES trolling into Elk trolling, and then TES are able to maybe get the dragon.
The bin flank could be the world ender here. Here comes the Weaver's
Okay, that's terrible Weaver's wall. Oh, dude, there's no shot. There's no shot. They pulled the dragon correctly. Or did they?
Okay, Top Esports get themselves into River, and huge chunk back onto Elk makes this fight.
Personally, I wonder if they should have pulled it here. Because if they pull it here, Like, you're gonna get hit by saplings, but they don't do that much damage, you know? Senna will hit. The TK will be like here. Renekton can be hitting with them like here. If necessary. And he has no flash. If he has no flash, you can always just Azir wall. And the guy does nothing. Every time. Let's see.
Even again,
Because they pull it... Oops. Because they pull it this way. And so I know he's overwatching this guy. But I'm almost certain he needs to just be here and present on the dragon. Because then if they walk in, he has R and he can just stun the Maokai. Like, there's no problem. I feel like him being here to overwatch Bin isn't good. And I feel like if he does show, then Bin's going to walk up, but you already have a pink here. So Azir could just throw soldiers at Bin and he chases him away. And that's like more than enough. Again, I know the concept of marking is good. But I mean, either way, if you pull it, I feel like Renekton needs to be on the dragon. Because now this is just awkward. Because, like, here comes the Talia wall. And now this guy doesn't do anything. And Ben walks over. And, like, now they just get to hit it. Honestly, the Talia wall was better than I thought. The Talia wall was actually better than I thought. Especially because he's here. Because he's there, that's why, like, it becomes so awkward. And I mean, Azir goes for the shuffle and he gets a flash, which maybe that will pay off later. I mean, it might actually pay off later, flash for flash. But we'll see.
Absolutely. I think Cream is going to spin. Not playing so far, but again, first game of the final stage, not necessarily.
First game of first finals, all right.
Yeah, no, but the thing is, right, you can understand why, but for this player, he's got to stand up, he's against that mid lane as well, like, the greatest mid lanes the LPL's ever produced on an MVP.
They are indeed right now. We're looking for, this is the style of the LPL design. They're looking for side shoves into the damage from
See what Topi's doing. Remember all the damage that Elk was doing in the last couple of minutes? Topi's was like, no, like that. Not very flat. But medical insurance is not recommended. So what they say is, 100% every single person mid lane, so we have to all in forever. You see, that's how you do. That's what they're trying to do. Overload numbers in mid lane, so Elk taking over again. Huge items twice. Could be able to use to fight their way back into the game even more again. Remember, Topi's actually very good again. Steering competition with BLG, pushing mid, pushing bot. Topi's won that first fight. It has been Elk really with the solution house fight, which is giving BLG fighting chance. Now invested in mid.
I think a quiet factor that's really going to start coming to a head here is how in Reset 9 affect the backline, right? Reset 9 gets on Elk, there's no heal, he's dead. The same way for Ben on Angelo. So I think now we're getting to the point where these guys are going to have such influence. It's right.
Okay. So... What the fuck? I just want to say, you know, if I'm Viego, looking at this map, I'm moving through topside. Like, this is the wave that we're playing with. Like, he's going to be able to shove this out. I'm moving through topside. They're going to possibly be able to enter this way. We have, like, literally 3 goddamn pinks here. So we can kind of see if they're going to move up anyways. And these guys always move second. It is what it is. Stop trying to fight around mid. Like, this shit just does not work at all. And the fact that Viego's going bot to get his wolves means that he's probably either going to go through mid again, or he's depending on his Renekton to push through bot on his own, or he's going to cover the Renekton, which to me, again, doesn't make sense because if you have TP on Renekton, that also means you have a TP for a cross-map situation. And then, of course, I don't know what the fuck Jackie Love is doing here, because it's like they just pushed and dipped into the fog. You have no idea if they're going to take, like, a true reset or not. And your team isn't good at, like, getting these waves anyways. And, yeah.
Oh my god, well, I said that's the combo they wanted to do, and they definitely did it. That's a dash forward from Elk, and not the shot gonna land, but that is bread and butter what they want to do.
That is so dangerous. They give up vision around the mid lane, and Elk once again shows off how sharp those antlers are. They're gonna push in towards his mid lane. I think Topi's was very lucky. This is Baron going with it.
I cannot believe we got to this stage with such a tough...
And so, you know, this is one of those cases where, like, they're dead, and I can try to recover the mid situation, but I'm not going to do anything, because if Lucian just jumps in my face, I'm going to lose all my HP. So, I'm surprised to not see Azir actually do another wave to get an even deeper push. You sack mid tier 2 in anticipation that it's probably going to be hard to defend. And that's it. In this case, you get nothing. Like, Azir could have shoved this out, started basing, then they're going to roll out into bot side.
on BLG, who has made his name with On even since his time on Ultra Prime.
Do they actually take it? Surely not. Yeah, they don't. So, I don't know if Azir was even necessary here. I'm pretty sure you would have defended bot even without him again. But now you don't really get the benefit of the top push. And now you're just stuck here with them. And it's like, you don't want to be in this situation because your team comp sucks. Like, this guy is like shoving at you like this. And he wants to like shuffle. But if he shuffles again, it's really like iffy. Like, he's like eyeing this brain now and going. But if this guy pops E, negative play. Plus the Nami R would just knock him up. And then at the end of the day, like... Nice Devour. Woo! The Zhonya's paid off, man. The Zhonya's paid off, but... Dragon's up in a minute, and yeah, the comp is really, really hurting them. Well, it's the comp, and it's the way that TES is playing with the champs.
Okay, so we got ourselves 20 seconds until Chill Dragon, but top esports have elected to not put any vision towards bot side of the map. Well, they've been pushing on the bot side anyway for the last few minutes. Not like they've had themselves that option, but here goes Shun.
Okay, Shun going in. The Bramble smash not used yet. Elk getting some damage out, but look, 369's on Elk now, and everybody's found the connection, even with that.
Dude, are you fucking kidding me? Like, dude, we're just... Oh my god, my brain! Holy shit, my brain! This is so funny because watching this game makes me realize that like there's just some clear issues going on in this game. It's the mechanics are very impressive. I mean, Elk is playing super well, generally. But I don't know. Like, they're on their resets. They have a deep push bot, and Azir most likely will go top to shove that, right? So everyone's gonna run mid. Like, that's pretty much what's gonna happen. Everyone's gonna run mid. So you're all mid, right? Lucian's doing the red, but he's on time with the wave. Lucian is late to joining my Maokai. And so he goes in, and so I assume Lucian's just gonna R. Well, he R the wrong way. And Talia does not have R. And Aatrox is right here. So the main issue I have with this fight that he's creating is, yeah, Elk is going to try to fight this, but they can go on him, so he has to, like, he's going to get pushed out. Their carries are here completely untouched. So you're in here in this fight as Jun, you have to flash out, like, right away. Like, you're going to R and flash, and pray to God you can run out. You don't even have Nami R for follow-up. And, like, all I can say is pretty much at this point, Dragon is a guarantee for them. Like, for how the game's going, it's basically a guarantee, and all he has to do is wait for his Lucian to do the thing, and that's it. Like, this guy could also just press R here. Literally, he actually could just press R at them, and then maybe they could fish someone, and they would probably Lucian R, and that's also enough. But of course, you don't want it to be Renekton, because if he lives, and he TP's back, and then you lost 2 key abilities. So even though you see these guys crossing here, honestly, I think he just needs to flash on this guy now. No? Like, I need to see, like, if they know where these guys are. Because they know they just moved over, and they know Azir's coming from top. I'm almost certain he needs to just do it now. And, like, once he WQs... On is throwing a bubble, and 369 might have to flash. But I feel like the second he lets them get to all his allies, because here there was a huge difference. Like, these guys were here to here, and even though they don't know where they are necessarily, like, if they're fighting here, there's a lot of open space for Bin to just walk at them. Like, there's a lot of open space where Bin's gonna contest you, Knight's gonna contest you. And you're gonna what? You're gonna run into this little choke here? You're gonna run out here with a, like, no. But the second you make the fight here, it's like, it's awkward because you have this wall here. So, like, Talia can't do anything. And then Bill, what's Ben gonna do? He's gonna jump over this way and try to fight? I mean, he could, I guess. I mean, like, in theory, he could. Like, he could hop over this wall and then just go hard and then hope to God that's enough. But I don't know, man. Jean is on something with this play. Also, I assumed at least Elk would open up with R. I know he wants to get his combo off while there's CC, but if he at least just pops his R, and Nami also like waits a little bit on her R, or on her Q. I mean, he doesn't have his Q yet, though. W, Q. Okay, he's just a dumbass, no? Like, this actually might still be okay. I don't think it's the best fight to take. Like, for BLG, I feel like this fight is, like, in general, just not that great. But if he's at least gonna do this Q, so he moves back this way, R, like, maybe this guy flashes then, because, like, it's kind of dangerous. But if you at least Q him here, Lucian can hit without, like, moving. That's really good. Like, that guy might actually die then. And then you're gonna flash. You're gonna Q, R, and then dip the fuck out of there. Does he even have time, though? Q. He might not. Funny enough, he actually might not. But also, he could, in theory, flash up and R this way. And it'll still be really good. And then Viego will try to chase him, but he might live because he has Phase Rush. And he has, whatever the hell it's called, after using a Summoner. So I actually think Jean would have been okay. And he could have played this so much better, and then they might actually win. But he played it terribly, so he died. And then, because he played it so bad, and it wasn't a good fight in the first place, but, you know, if he wanted to make it into a good fight and, like, a sick outplay, like, read, which, I mean, yeah, it's always possible to do that, depending on how good you are at, like, playing it out, and he failed.
Is not there for the steal, but a lot of damage can be done. Weird wall used already. Throw some of those rocks. Top Esports just going to commit to it right now. Ben is on the other angle here. About 4,000 on the Baron now. We're getting low as it should just go down. Top Esports going to pull away from it. They do end up securing the objective. Nice seismic shove there. Q sweet spot. Spin trying to fight back, but nice Emperor's Defied from Cream. They do end up fighting one back onto him, but it's Jackie Love who's going to come up clutch on the other end of it. Ben on the other side, though, tried to go at Jackie Love. Oh my God, Ben! You monster! He doesn't find Jackie Love, though, as he does with that Q sweet spot. It's not going to be enough.
Such a frantic Baron. Have we got any other place to look towards? Well, the big thing is now Top Esports have been...
So this fight is interesting because Talia is trying to, like, do whatever she can. And Ben is, like, trying to get a flank position where they don't see him.
About 4,000 on the Baron now. We're getting low as it should just go down. Top Esports going to pull away from it. They do end up securing the objective. Nice seismic shove there. Q sweet spots. Top Esports.
I'm almost certain he should just start throwing his Q at TK now. And just throw his W. Then he can walk up and he can play this. Actually, I feel like Ben should do that skill order. Q, Q, W, Q2. And I feel like that looks better than him doing this, like, Q1 plus E. I feel like that is not necessary. I think he could have approached this guy sooner, basically.
Right now, Ben is on the other angle here. About 4,000 on the Baron now. We're getting low as it should just go down. Top Esports going to pull away from it. They do end up securing the objective. Nice seismic shove.
Ooh. You know what's interesting? If he saw this play and he flashed on these guys, Azir's dead. Low key, Azir's actually dead. Which, I mean, should that actually happen? I mean, he just walked into him. And On should also approach this way. He shouldn't abandon them. Even if he gets like in a weird situation, he has flash and it's fine. On leaving them is definitely not great.
Nice seismic shove there. Q sweet spot. Spin trying to fight back, but nice. Emperor's Defy. Securing the objective. Nice seismic shove there. Q sweet spot. Spin trying to fight back, but nice. Emperor's Defied from Kurt the objective. Nice
He picked up 2 kills there.
Esports gonna pull away from it. They do end up securing the objective. Nice seismic shove there. Q sweet spot. Spin trying to fight back, but nice. Emperor's
It must be the Leandries.
They do end up fighting one back onto him, but it's nice. Emperor's Defied from Cream.
Jackie Love couldn't kill this guy?
Trying to fight back, but nice. Emperor's Defied from Cream. They do end up fighting one back onto him.
He canceled 2 autos, but also the brush canceled it a little bit.
Tried to go with Jackie Love. Oh my God, Ben! You monster! Ben on the other side though, tried to go with Jackie Love. It's Jackie Love who's gonna come up clutch on the other end of it. Ben on the other side though, tried to go with Jackie Love. Oh
You know what's interesting?
my God, Ben!
If On moves this way and he flashes over the wall with patience, they do kill Jackie Love. And then they only have 1 Baron. And the Baron is crucial because the Baron has to be on the dual lane. Someone on the dual lane needs to have it because then they can push through the Lucian.
Ben sticking in that fight is insane. The man is a boxing legend in League of Legends apparently. As we take a look back at it.
And even game 1 feels like multiple rounds. Again, feels like play towards the it's very, very ambitious. If you first in the first target, yes, great. Go in that first game. So Elton Shun, not really well positioned, obviously well, but there's still a lot of damage left inside BLG. Even with that very carried down, really does feel like Night Bin just out spacing this fight very, very well. So at least the top is great.
Oh my goodness, he's on the other side of the wall. There's Emperor's Defied, his own wall going up. They're probably not going to be enough to take him out. He doesn't have to fight now though.
So stuff, Cream can teleport back into things if he needs to, but I don't think he feels necessarily fresh to no objectives. Not on that just yet. So when I talk, people still do have some barrel because they've been delayed in using it, but they use that push down mid lane. BLG, they're forcing them to group up right now in response to this push.
Boy oh boy, guys. Boy oh boy. I gotta hand it to man. Like, you know, these fights are super close, and I understood why. Oh God, what the fuck?
Go for it just yet. Turret getting low. Okay, we got a 1v1.
Ooh, 369. Oh my God. I mean, keep in mind, you know, Ben is paper, and Ben should not be paper this game. Like, I know why he went this build, but personally, like, if he has the healing, if he has Sundered Sky, he just wins. Like, he will get insane value from the heal, and as long as he's not a play towards being possessed when he goes in, they're fine. But he is. Also, Thornmail is really dumb by Maokai. Like, let me just state that right now. Thornmail is pretty dumb. I feel like Talia should pick up the orb no matter what, and way better at applying it. Or at the least, John should just pick up the damn orb, because his R is going to hit everyone, and then that's it too. Like, Nami having it, I think, is bad. I don't think that makes sense for Nami to have it. I'd rather have Nami push into her second enchanter item than have that. So, bad build by Jean. Like, Talia literally has it. Talia literally has the item. So we have Thornmail and Morelos, and it's like, guys, what are we doing? I haven't even looked at itemization that much, and like I said, bad build by Ben. I think he could have done something a lot better than this. I think the Bruiser build for sure is better this game. Talia's build is fine, though I don't care for Void Staff. Jean is a weird ass build after first core, and then Nami randomly has that shit. Don't like it. Azir is also tank build, so I mean they could play to kind of he can be pretty forward on making his plays, but their DPS is really low, like really low.
Side of top esports, but on the side of BLG, you know, if you give even, you know, the resets to World Ender on Aatrox, maybe that move speed ends up ending the team fight as well. So both these teams, no mistakes allowed now.
One slip up can make the difference between a game 1 victory and a game 1 loss. Tien on the other side actually has an angle. Cream misses the engage again, but Tien, he has the angle here on the other side. He's trying to get it, but he gets damage right back to him. Going golden is Cream, who went right back into the fight under the sun disc, but he dashes his way.
I mean, he doesn't die, and that is because of his build, but like, it's very, like, okay, Renekton's pushing out bot, which is great, right? So Renekton's pushing out bot, then Elk just kind of starts blowing them up, as usual. In this case, Maokai could press R, and they could go ham, and if Maiko, like, gets hit by the R, then Talia's full combo is going to come out, and he's going to lose, like, almost all of his HP. And I'm curious if it's worth it to do that now. Like, is it worth to just press Mao R and go hard?
Slip up could make the difference between a game 1 victory and a game 1 loss. Tian on the other side actually
Because he reacts into him, especially because he E's forward, so it's like, oh shit, this is the play. Jackie Love, meanwhile, like, let's look at Jackie Love.
one slip up can make the difference between a game 1 victory.
So Jackie Love is still running, but ideally he should stand here and just like wait to see what happens. Because again, it's not like the enemy comp is like that dangerous. Like, yeah, it's just Lucian hitting you, and then if Nami throws her, like, also Nami should throw R already. Like,
Mistakes allowed now.
One slip up.
like I'm throwing Nami R like straight up here already, or it's like this way. Like, choose something. Someone throw Nami R or throw Maokai R, because these guys are in a shit position. Like, you're gonna get a lot of free damage here.
No mistakes allowed.
Like, what the fuck is this? Like, you already have mid control, and you're solo contesting, your champions don't do anything. Like, the best they could do is Senna turns around, and while he hits him, Senna also throws shit at him. But then again, Nami R, Maokai R, it's really dangerous. So, like, Senna doesn't want to do this, so Jackie Love runs too far.
Game 1 victory.
Azir puts himself in a weird spot, and then he has to force engage back onto this guy, or else he's fucked.
Has an angle.
Then they save the Zonias to do a Devour, which is fine, because honestly he needs to get repositioned anyways.
He has the
Elk
angle
has to
on the other
cleanse
side.
Tien,
Actually has an angle. Cream misses the engagement.
and this is fine.
In a game 1 victory.
And if I'm looking at Knight,
On the other side actually has an angle. Cream missed.
Knight went for the W.
Victory in a game 1 loss. Tian on the
The reality is, though, Knight doesn't even need to go for the W.
can make the difference between a game
And who, does this guy not have Flash?
Ends the game. You have resets on the side.
Flash, 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 flash. Okay, so they all have Flash. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely just using one of my ultis.
victory in a game 1 loss. Tian on the other side actually has an angle. Cream misses the engage again, but Tian
And even this, still! Nami's just saving her R for, like, what? Why is she saving her R?
again, but Tian. He has one victory in
At
game
this
1
point, you know what I'm
loss.
doing?
The other side actually has an angle.
I know they're fighting here, but I'm using my Nami R here if this guy shows.
Cream misses the engage.
Like, the second he shows like this, I'm tossing Nami R this way, and he has to R or insta flash. And if he's doing that, Lucian's gonna chase him down and kill him. And then Maokai could also just toss his R this way. If he really wanted to, he could toss his R this way. Like, this guy's dead. Like, I know what Tien is trying to do, but he's just dead. And these guys don't do anything to Jean anyways.
The angle here on the other side. He's trying to get it, but he gets damage right back.
Like, Azir's damage is just too low.
Right back to like-
So the end result is, it's like actually semi-good for TES, because like some of these key abilities are just gone. This is actually good for TES, right?
Alright, Tian is here. There's Weaver's wall. Block off the dragon. They need to try to burn this before they can get it, but Tian's right on the other side of the wall. The Weaver's wall goes down. Top
Renekton has Flash, and Elk doesn't. So if you're Renekton, your priority is stun flashing Elk.
the angle here on the other side, but can't get anything over. Dragon
Yeah, it's good for them. They get it.
secured by Top Esports. The fight after though, on get chunked. Get anything
What
over.
is-
Dragon
what is-
just gonna be secured by Top
Oh, he
Esports.
actually
The
gets
fight
in
after,
range of
though,
Nami.
on
Holy
chunked.
shit.
Here comes Jackie Love. He's gonna be secured by Top Esports. The fight after though, on get chunked.
Wait, Jackie Love could just kill this guy, and he hits Elk instead.
Here comes Jackie Love. He flashes
Dude, what is Jackie Love doing on Senna, by the way?
Other side, but can't get anything over. Dragon is just gonna be secured by Top Esports. The fight after though, on get chunked, and here comes Jackie Love. He flashes
Interesting.
forward. Ben can't find the angle on the other side. He does go in. He gets the flash Q, and now BLG can find the fight. Big seismic shove there as well. They're going all the way in. Krang uses the Emperor's Divide, but they can't get Shun. Nature's Grass coming back, but look at Tien the whole time. Reset City was a.
Huh.
Can't find the angle on the other side. He does go in.
I'm so curious how this plays out, because to me, it's like he actually could have killed Nami. Like, Nami's definitely dead off an auto, and then Tien's gonna move up, and these guys have to run, because the resets are not, they can't afford this. And then they know Bin's on the side. Also, like, so if you're not gonna go on this guy, you could slow chase and kill Bin, too, or make him flash. Like, there's a lot of options.
And here comes Jackie Love. He flashes forward. Ben can't find the angle on the other side. He does go in.
Now, I will say, you know, before anyone says anything, I will say the fact, like, that kill is only possible by Bin because he's lethality. Like, I will say that. Like, That is true. Like, he didn't even hit it, and it was enough. But I'm curious, if this guy's fighting, can they turn around sooner? No. Unless he wants to tank Azir hits, and like he's a little dangerous because this guy's here, they can't turn around sooner. Okay. He almost has Mauer, by the way. Ooh. And so Knight's really quick to read this too, because Knight's like, holy shit, we can fucking win. Like, the second he dies, like, yeah, he misses his shit, but I like that he has the initiative to go right into this. Like, he's throwing E, they're going right in. He missed his Q, which is rather unfortunate, because if he didn't aim his Q here, and he aimed it here, this guy probably does die. But he missed his Q. And now Mauer's back up. Now, does Tien do the right thing? Because Tien gets a possession. Oh man. He does the wrong thing, but it was well played. Because if you watch Tien, he knows this is up, so he's not going to press E, right? So here's Q1, and also nice flip by Azir. So Q1. Then he lands a W because this guy's over his head. Gets a Q2. It does insane damage. Then at this point, I would love if he just converted this into just fucking R'ing this guy. Like... Actually, do I? Yeah, no, you should R him. I think he should R him. Oh, you know why this looks weird, by the way? He actually flash stuns the Nami. So I thought he got in range, but the reality is he actually flash stunned her, because look at his flash timer. It's gone. It just looks really weird. I don't think I actually would have done that if I was 369. I don't think I actually would have done that if I was 369. I think I would have just taken the dragon and been done with it. I don't think I even would have started this whole situation. And the reason why I say that is because your flash is really important for catching, like, their core carries. And because of this, you know, it's really close, but also I don't know why Zhun fucking W's this guy. Because look, if he flashes and he just walks up and Qs them, like throws a Q and then keeps running, this actually isn't as bad for BLG. And even if Nami dies, it's like, yeah, it sucks, but it's like not the end of the world. Oh man, I don't really agree with using his flash that way. Because then at this point, no, once 369 gets out, I would love if he just turns around versus going up still the way he's doing. And just still be active. Because like he's like now just scared of this, but he already could have been over here and he would have pressured this guy and killed him. Like he actually would have killed him if he just had confidence to stay in the fight, but he kind of did something weird. And then he goes in finally and then he just dies. And if you're Tien, like, you know, at first I thought maybe he did the wrong move, but at the same time, do I think he's gonna kill Talia with just an R? No, I don't think so.
Oh gosh, Knight honestly, he is a late game monster. This champion has done so much work. Consider doesn't quite finish on big moment. The end of the putting position, which then allows them to play without that AD carry, but they also can resets. You have more of these moving pieces. Reset AD carries down, but towards the end of it, Knight really ends up picking up damage. And they go for the Baron now. And now BLG wants to take their step forward. The Baron already burned. Can he go wall and steal it? Is this the different Baron? He's in there, and he does not get it. He will not die after the Devour comes in. The last second clutch. BLG get away with the big performance. Okay, so I think really a lot of this comes to the end of that dragon because top people lose the fight, they lose control of the map, which means that BLG get the Baron. Now we need to see whether they can use this to wrangle the map in their favor before stuff like that comes on the table. Yeah, it's been such a close game. I love this because we have 5 game series between these two teams, and the upper bracket just before this, and of course coming down to this as well. It does come down to a flip. I think Tien was always putting himself in harm's way to go towards this. It is a 50-50. It comes down to 50-50. Just so I gets away with it.
Elk comes out the better for it. He is now on full build, having completed that bloodthirster final item. He'll sustain, so he can keep up with Jackie.
That's really important because we've seen time after time Elk will jump forward, but someone managing to turn something back. If he gets himself some sustain, maybe it allows him to take the transport back in anyway when the fight again. With Baron coming in, BLG, they have to look towards to really turn these screws. They get themselves in power towards the bot side. Top esports, they have any teleports to use? Not quite yet. They can't do flank teleports. They might just have to try and weather the storm.
The storm do be ruined. They go after the bot side, half health on answer 2 here. We have mid lane pressure coming out from Knight. There's heavily walking over the side lane here. Go for this again. Now watch the combos. Tidal wave, grab plus beautiful.
See, particularly that.
Oh my god, Elk is just stepping up into all 4 members of top esports and being.
I mean, is this actually the end of the game? Like this?
Top esports came in with a different strategy. They got that undefeated center for Jackie Love. They wanted to take the scaling. Now they gotta fight their way out of this one. 369. He's on the back line here. He does have a little bit of damage to be done, but the rest of the LG pulling away very nicely. And we've seen this time and time again for BLG. They know we need to pull back. So basically,
Hold on, we need to go back.
just completed that bloodthirster final item.
We need to go back.
They really are.
Because they get the Baron, they push out mid, they go on the bot side,
Oh my god, Elga's just stepping over to the side lane.
and it's just the Lucian, man.
Combos, the tidal wave, the nature's grasp, plus Weaver's wall.
See particularly that mark.
Oh my god.
If you notice the damage that like Cream takes, this is why Tank is here. Even though there's situations where it's good, it's generally bad. Like, he just does not have the good backup damage to make it work. And at this point, it's like, can they actually get anything off this?
Top esports came in with a different strategy. They got that undefeated center for Jackie Love. They wanted to take the scaling.
He queued him out of the bubble.
Undefeated center for Jackie Love. They
How annoying.
wanted to take the scaling. Now they got to fight their way out of this one. 369. He's on the back line here. He does have a little bit of damage to be done, but the rest of the pulling away very nicely. And we've seen this very important to do that.
So how do they get out of this? Is it even possible for TES to win in this situation? Oh my god, he's building even more tank. Jesus Christ. Azir has like no threat. Like, in the later stages when Lucian jumps in, Lucian would lose like half his health just to Azir soldiers. But at this point, it's like... And you know, Cream's going for this, but like, who's in position for this? Like, where's Renekton TPing to? Like, this play is just like super dead and like useless. And I guess it is what it is. Lucian, like, the dueling's really behind on their base. I gotta say that their timing to be on, like, to be present for these like dragons are really bad. Okay, so Azir's like practically dead.
They're gonna try to take him out. That is already shooting down. So the Elder Dragon is up.
Ooh, the GA.
From BLG.
369 has teleport. Big
So 9 has found the back way out. So they're just gonna heal 4 and try to take him.
locked in when it comes to the
Jean does not have Mawar.
They have managed to survive just
And they're really late on the base, so I don't know why he's going this way, by the way. Like, if they're late, just stall. Just wait. Like, it's just like, sometimes when I think about how players see the game, it's really weird. Like, these guys can do incredible things. But, like, there's a certain level of min-max, like min-max, where they're just trying way too hard to make something happen.
There's the Emperor's Divide. 369 has found the backline, but he has been right on him, and they're gonna try to take him out. That is already shooting down. So the Elder Dragon is up with no jungler from BLG.
369 has teleport. Big thing here means that he can teleport back in after having his HP bar shredded. And yes, the smite being down means that they can't go for 50-50. They have to look for a fight. Top esports, they have to survive the wave.
They have TPs. They have TPs. If they commit to the Elder Dragon, they can try to the game.
M5 is identified, back door around another count. Game one of the finals.
Game 1. They actually got an angle here. Elk is so confident on this Lucian. He has stepped up every single time.
You can see that right now. BLG, they lose the jungle, but they can skip lightning back. Doesn't have teleport. Now Top esports being fully on the bot side of the map, despite the fact they got the kill on the jungler. So back to the Elder we go potentially.
And Shin's gonna be up soon. If they can delay the fight. 369 to side. They have rest Top esports. BLG, you have to commit to this and get out, or you are done for. As they are getting completely collapsed. Elk is the one they try to engage on. Puts damage right.
Dude, you gotta hand it to him, man. Like, now they're back on the map.
And Shin on this Lucian, he is stepping
the fact that Cream doesn't have
And all they have to do is continuously match. And 369 is like not giving a single fuck coming down here.
You have to commit to this and get out, or you are done for.
And now he's like slightly caught, and they full commit, but he just has to cleanse, and that's it.
Now found the flank angle yet again. Can't find that.
Bin missed everything. Oh, so he hit first Q, but he rushed his E. So ideally when he comes in, like Q1, pop R, and just walk at him. Don't go anywhere. Just you literally just need to walk at them. Yeah, he kind of fumbled that. Ben could have just won the game there.
Alright, you got 5 on 5. The decider for this game number 1. Elder does reset. 369 trying to get on the other angle here. TM is looking for a pin flank, but realizes he needs to be in the pit.
Ben doesn't have one enemy, has to find position. What can he find? He's spotted out by Mako. He's not going to be shut down just yet. Wave slowly pushing into 12 esports, and the Elder's going down.
They have to be really careful. There's the Nature's Grasp. Are they going to use the Tidal Wave Express? Oh my god, they got Mako.
So, the Mawar was basically used because right now they're really struggling getting space. And the best thing you can do is just Lucian R off this shit. That's all he does. And brilliant. I mean, like, what a funny comp, right? Maokai's actually pretty tanky, so he can actually handle this. Nice. Nice. Well done. Well done. Well done. That's game. What a hell, man, that was a long ass review. Look guys, MVP, it's so obvious, it's Elk. Like, holy shit, well fucking played, man. You are the GOAT. Well played. Second MVP, Cream. Third MVP. I don't know. It might be Tien. It might be Tien or Knight. So for sure, number one MVP, it has to be Elk. Like, I mean, so much of this game was just based on his ability to manage the right threats that are in front of him, knowing when he needs to use flash. Always flashed, by the way. Never once got fucked over by the Azir, besides one time when it was by Baron. Oh no, it wasn't Baron, it was Herald. By Herald. No, it wasn't even Herald, it was second Grubs. By second Grubs, and that was mostly because Ben failed to like attack, and Ben like had an okay game. Like he had some moments, but like a better top laner would have just fucked over this team like in some of these moments. 369, again, only okay. Like he could have been better, but I was like fine. I felt like he was mostly fine. It probably was like okay, fine. I don't like Cream's build, but Cream did register like some of the things he had to do. I think generally the side laning in some of these games is like kind of bad. Yeah, it's a little bad, but the fighting is definitely there. So congratulations, Elk. BLG, nice game 1. On to game 2.